Let us start with prevention of rusting. Here rusting refers to corrosion in iron. Most of the methods involve coating the iron object with something to keep out of air and water. The various common methods for preventing rusting of iron or corrosion of iron are: painting. It prevents the air and moisture to contact with the iron object. Examples: window grills, bodies of automobiles, etc. Now let us see applying grease or oil. It prevents the air and moisture to contact with the iron object. For example, here we apply oil for the bicycle chain and rear wheel in order to prevent rusting. Next is galvanization. The process of depositing a thin layer of zinc metal on iron objects is called galvanization. This thin layer of zinc metal on the surface of iron objects protects them from rusting, because zinc metal does not corrode on exposure to damp air. For example, here the bucket is made of iron sheet coated with zinc, galvanized iron sheet, to prevent rusting. Let us elaborate in detail how reactive metal zinc can prevent rusting or corrosion. The action of air on zinc metal forms a very thin coating of zinc oxide all over it. This zinc oxide coating is hard and impervious to air. Hence it prevents the further corrosion of zinc metal, because air is not able to pass through this hard zinc oxide. Tin plating and chromium plating, as tin and chromium metals are resistant to corrosion. So, when a thin layer of tin metal, or chromium metal, is deposited on iron or steel objects by electroplating, the iron and steel objects are protected from rusting. Here note that the galvanized iron object remains protected against rusting, even if a break occurs in the zinc layer. Example for chromium plating is, water taps are made of iron, or steel, which has been plated with chromium to prevent rusting, and also give shining appearance. Alloying it to make stainless steel. When iron is alloyed with chromium and nickel, then stainless steel is obtained. So, stainless steel never gets rust. Examples: cooking utensils, knives, scissors and surgical instruments, etc. An alloy is another method for preventing corrosion. Let us discuss the process of alloying in different metals in detail. Firstly, let us try to define what an alloy is. Alloy. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals, or metal and small amounts of non-metals. The various properties like malleability, ductility, strength, hardness, resistance to corrosion, appearance, etc., can be improved by mixing of metals. The properties of an alloy are different from properties of the constituent metals from which it is made. In general, alloys are stronger than the metals from which they are made. Alloys are harder than the constituent metals. Alloys are more resistant to corrosion. Alloys have low melting points than the constituent metals. Alloys have lower electrical conductivity than pure metals. To make an alloy, the molten metals are mixed, and then allowed to cool. Some of the common alloys are beryllium, magnesium, steel and stainless steel, brass, bronze solder and amalgams. Aluminium metal is light but not strong, but aluminium with copper, magnesium and manganese, that is called duralumin, is light as well as strong. Aluminium metal is light but not hard, but an alloy of aluminium with magnesium, it is called as magnesium, is light as well as hard. A small amount of carbon, varying from 0.1% to 1.5%, is mixed with iron, we get an alloy called steel. This steel is hard and strong. It also rusts less readily than pure iron. Iron metal is alloyed with other metals such as chromium and nickel, we get an alloy called stainless steel which is strong, tough and does not rust at all. Now let us look into a few examples. Household utensils made of stainless steel. An aeroplane made of aluminium alloys. Coins made up of alloys. Brass. Alloy of copper, 80%, and zinc, 20%, is called brass. Brass is malleable and stronger than pure copper. Bronze. Alloy of copper, 90%, and tin, 10%, is called bronze. Bronze is very tough and highly resistant to corrosion. Solder. Alloy of lead, 50%, and tin, 50%, is called solder. The melting point of an alloy is less than that of pure metals. So, it is used for soldering electrical wires together. Amalgam. An alloy of mercury with one or more metals is known as amalgam. A solution of sodium metal in liquid mercury metal is called sodium amalgam. An amalgam is consisting of mercury, silver, tin and zinc is used by dentists for filling teeth. Alloys of gold. 22-karat gold is an alloy of gold with silver or copper. 22 parts of gold is alloyed with 2 parts of either silver or copper for making ornaments.